Welcome to the review nobody asked for, but you're going to get it anyway. That's how things goes nowadays. Pretty much like the movie we're reviewing today, Hellboy the Crooked Man. After the last movie being a flaming pile of demon shit, does this live up more to that Harbor movie, or is it more akin to the Toros movies? The answer is, it's actually neither. It's its own little thing. It feels like a horror indie movie mixed in with some kind of superhero shit, and it's a totally different take on the character.
More toned down.
Toned down? In what way? Because I felt like the horror elements were turned up to like 100.
Oh no, the Hellboy.
Hellboy himself, you felt he was toned down?
Yeah, because I think Harbor, I don't know what that was. Perlman was a little bit over the top, a little bit more on the juvenile side, even though this is supposed to be Hellboy at his youngest right now.
Yeah, because this movie takes place in 1959. So yeah, the main question going in is, how is Jack Kesey as Hellboy? And I think he did a fairly good job. I thought he was great, except for one flaw. And to me, that's his face.
Yeah.
Perlman spoiled us, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Perlman's got the face. Literally.
Yeah, it's just a face thing. Because he acted like Hellboy, he sounded like Hellboy. I thought he was cool. He dropped a couple jokes here and there, but it's still Hellboy. He sounded like him very much. He did a very good job, but his facial structure just does not tell me Hellboy at all.
Exactly. There's something about his face, because I don't know, I think
he's too pretty.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Está bien guapo el cabrón. He's too handsome.
Yeah, even Harbor looks like a monster.
His face structurally is just too perfect, kind of, that it makes it come off like a costume, you know? Like, Perlman looked like a Hellboy. Even Harbor, to an extent,
yeah,
also looked like a form of Hellboy.
The costume could be better.
I mean, it's just a trench coat. What else you want?
No. Did you see how the rubber folded in his body?
No, I was looking at how you could tell that the hair that's on there is like kind of like peeling off at sometimes.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, a little bit. Like you could tell that the hair on the side of his head is just not. It was glued on there.
Yeah, the sideburns.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny. I did that was kind of hilarious. But the bodysuit and the neck, when he turned, you saw the folds in the latex.
I didn't see that.
But there were some folds and some movements that looked so fake. And the hand, I didn't like that he didn't use the hand at all. Well, there were some scenes, yeah.
Yeah, he did use it a little bit,
but like it wasn't as animated as Perlman's one. No,
like his main form of attack is his revolver,
which is cool because in all the movies we've seen for Hellboy, most all of them, even the animated ones, barely uses the gun.
The movie is about Hellboy and a rookie BPRD agent, and it takes place in the 1950s, and they're sent to the Appalachians, where they discover a remote community dominated by witches and led by the sinister local demon, the Crooked Man. So that feels more like the focal point of the story, is the Crooked Man is out here killing people for pennies, literally. I think that the whole thing works so well that even if you were to take Hellboy out and probably put him in with like some other guy who's like investigating supernatural stuff, the movie would still work to an extent. And I feel like if you do that with the other two, well, the Perlman ones more specifically, he's very much the focal point of the movie. Every time you see Perlman on the screen, you're like, ah. And here, you don't really necessarily get that because the movie doesn't push it that way. It's an ensemble because you also have interesting casts revolved around him. He has like this rookie mija that's with him who's like a bookworm, and then he has this country ass Tom Farrell guy. He was cool.
I wasn't expecting to like him as much as I did.
No, like you would expect him to be annoying, but he's not. He's actually like trying to investigate and trying to solve this mystery and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of elements to the movie. It's not just like Hellboy, and I think that's really what helped it in a weird way.
Oh, it definitely helped.
Yeah, because you would think you would need more Hellboy, but the strategy taken here was like less is more. And I think that the cast plays well. Nobody was annoying. Everybody did a good job. Again, the only negative is Homeboy's face. He's too handsome.
Yeah. Because even the Crooked Man, the design, the costume and all that, it was pretty good. It
was okay. It was giving me like cheap Party City WWE Uncle Howdy stuff a little bit at times. But that's mainly because of I think of budget restrictions.
Whoever gets that reference, leave a like.
You don't have no idea what I just said.
No.
But what I did like is that they don't really like hammer Hellboy's story at all. It's very much, this is just a mission, right? This whole movie is actually a side quest.
Oh, yeah.
The main mission of the movie is interrupted, and then towards the end they go back to the main mission, which is to deliver the spider. The spider gets loose and they go off to find it, and then they get into the side quest, which is the whole Crooked Man thing. So I like that, the episodic feel to it, because they very much could just do another story, man.
Hellboy lends himself to do that. The stakes are not world ending. And since Hellboy's been alive for so long, got a lot to pull out from. A little bit of development with with Hellboy. He's stupid in some things. He loses the fights, but then manages to learn something or overcome some hurdle within himself. Be better and win.
Definitely is a stink of low budgetness all over the movie.
Same one.
I mean, you mentioned, I didn't even notice the rolls on the suit and that kind of stuff. But I don't feel like it got in the way. I think it actually helps it in a weird way, because it forced them to be more creative, and they can't rely on just big giant CGI fights next.
To tell you the truth, it was my favorite part.
What? The fact that the lack of fighting?
No, the lack of CGI. Not complete lack of CGI, but it was used sparingly and smart.
Yeah, I mean, basically for like animals, kind of, right? Everything else was like a suit, I think.
Yeah, it was a suit. The fights when he's flying around, you can see that when they're flying around, there's cables. I mean, you do get that because of the body movements.
Because you're not reliant on CGI, you have to come up with better ways to do shots, and I very much feel like the movie did that. They came up with creative ways to put that message across, whatever they're trying to do, because it's not like the other movies where it's like this big bombastic fight. It's more like creepy shit. Oh shit, the creepy shit is attacking. Now we have to defend ourselves, and they defend themselves, and then they move on to more creepy shit. So he's not like he's, hulking out and punching everything. He is a little bit, but then he there's a couple fights that he kind of loses. I much prefer the lack of CGI, and the CGI that was there was actually pretty good.
Like, for example, when he shoots the zombies in a fight, the zombies light up. Not flashy, but there's like a small flash, like they're being purified.
That feels very specific, but fits. It's a little thing, but that you notice, because it feels different. Very much feels self-contained. Like I said, I don't think people who don't know who Hellboy is are going to watch this movie anyway. People who know who Hellboy is are going to go watch this movie, and they don't need to be told again who Hellboy is, even though you are told, kinda, but it doesn't feel overbearing like every other superhero stuff does. But because it's so self-contained to the Appalachians, which I love the accent throughout the whole time, like, I got your daddy.
Yeah. I think the MVP was that accent.
The accent was great. I feel like it's also too self-contained, because I was missing a little bit more world building from his side. The Bureau, like, what is that like? And a little bit more of his day-to-day life, because it's so self-contained. It's not a negative. It's just, it left me wanting to see more, which is a good thing, because I would like to see another movie. I would like to see more of this.
Hopefully they do more movies, because this one was pretty cool. They can go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of that on the other movie.
Right. We can start at the Bureau next time or something. We can also jump through time, because like I said, this takes place in 1959. We can go further back, or we can go closer to the future now. We can go to Japan. We can go to Russia. We could do, countless of missions that the comics are just sitting there. You could just grab a few and do a few movies. Whether or not it's going to be successful, I don't know. Like, box office wise, that's my only concern. It's not $100 million movie. I think they spent around $25 million to do it.
Yo, I mean, for a movie, that's nothing.
Going back to my point, they had to think out of their box to really like make it interesting. And that's what I appreciated. They did a lot of things there's like a lot of camera shots and a lot of camera movements in the fighting that feels like they had to come up with something different that even big budget movies don't do, really. It's like sometimes you watch $100 million movies, like, you just spent money on CGI, you didn't spend money on anything else.
Basically, yeah.
It's way better than the Harbor movie.
Oh yeah, leaps and bounds.
It's not better than the Del Toro's ones, but the expectations for this wasn't that. I think It exceeded my expectations because all the trailers made it look like a pile of indie bullshit fan-made garbage.
Yeah, actually, when you sent that to me, I thought it was like a fan-made thing until you then at the end, this is coming to theaters. I was like, what the and I was pleasantly surprised because, like I told you, I also had no expectations. None whatsoever, and I liked it.
Fan-made things in like a negative way, because there's certainly fan-made things done in a positive way, and I want to say that this feels fan-made in a positive way.
Exactly.
It's way better than what I expected. I liked it. You know, it left me wanting some more movies. Should you give it a chance if you're a Hellboy fan? I believe so. I'm not going to say it's a run to the theater movie. You have to catch it in the theater. I mean, definitely on demand if you're any kind of Hellboy fan for sure.
Oh yeah, completely.
Hellboy the Crooked Man with the crooked dick. Yeah, those were our thoughts on Hellboy. If you saw this movie and agree, disagree, any and all thoughts, let us know down in the comments. If you have not had your fix on Hellboy, I got 2 videos on the secret animated movie and on the very first Del Toro movie. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to always and forever, you do you.
Bye. Oh, crap.